2, 3, go.
Hello favorites, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. On today's video, today we are doing it a little bit different. You're not in the kitchen, you're not cooking, or are we baking? But today we are having a conversation with my friends here, and we are in Mombasa. So I saw it fit to have them in my channel so that we can discuss this important topic. And the topic of today, as you can see from the title, is what I wish I knew before I got pregnant, or what I wish I knew when I gave birth, before I gave birth. So welcome to my channel, and please introduce yourself.
My name is Julie. Banda, Nana. Yes. Anything else?
Okay, it's enough for now.
Oh.
My name is Eunice Aoko, aka Atoti, a mother to twin baby girls.
Oh, that's nice. So, okay, it's a very important topic, but I don't want us to be so uptight. Tunaweza tu kwa freestyle, we express the way you understand better in the language that you are comfortable with.
Oh.
So to start with, okay, I'll just maybe give a disclaimer. When there are a lot of information about how motherhood is pretty, motherhood changes you in a good way, but there are few information, or people don't say it much about the challenges that you will face while pregnant, and even during that process of giving birth and bringing that baby to this world. That's what we want to talk about. And sorry viewers for the background noise, we have a phone bill here which keeps on, but it's nature. There's nothing much you can do about it.
Yeah.
So, okay, you Jaylene, you can tell us the challenges you faced, or what you knew when you are already pregnant that you didn't know before.
What I knew when I was already pregnant that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of things, because for me it was my first baby, and that was the first experience with pregnancy, and my pregnancy was smooth.
Oh, wow.
To be honest, it was very smooth.
Wow.
Yeah, until when we were 7 months, that's when now we started having complications. But the first 3 months, I never experienced any morning sickness. I never puked. I never had all those things that you hear about pregnancies. I never had any. It was one of the smoothest pregnancies I think I've had, to be honest. Yeah, and when it was now 7 months, that's when I had a little bit of a challenge.
Maybe just to cut it short.
Hold
on, we'll continue there when you tell us the challenges you had after 7 months.
Okay.
So let's get to Atoti.
Okay, so being a multiple mom, my pregnancy wasn't that smooth. Where my friend?
Oh, you can tell us.
Washa nikuambie. Hiyo mimba kufura.
How was it?
It was tough because for the first 3 months, with me, I had all those symptoms of puking, not eating. So vitunguz, ginger, all those spices I never used in my food. I used to just chemsha and a little oil, and I'm good to go.
Okay, I hear that's a challenge that I think quite a number of women face when they are pregnant. That kind of smell, like any kind of smell, be it good or bad, in our sumbua.
But not all.
But not all.
Not all, because
okay, and okay, maybe just to make it clear, the purpose of this video is not to scare people who are pregnant or who want to get pregnant. No, it's just to make you relate with us, and so that if you are facing this kind of challenges, you'll know it's normal.
Yeah.
But we are just here to tell the story and to tell our experiences, and so that if there are people outside there who can relate with us, the better. Yes. Okay, personally, my experience I have 2 kids. My experience for the first pregnancy, it wasn't bad, but for for the first, okay, they say trimester. For the first trimester, I had the challenge of puking. It's called morning sickness, whereby when you wake up you're not feeling okay. Si ati uko msick, lakini I think it's because the body is trying to adjust, or the hormones are trying to adjust with to the changes that it has. So it's not that you are sick, but your body yani unasikia tu hivi hivi. Ladies say mimi najisikia tu hivi hivi, sijui niseme aje. Sijui unasikia aje, but you can't explain it, but you're not feeling okay. Then for the second pregnancy, it was very smooth, it's one of the pregnancy I enjoyed, but to come when it came to the end, maybe to say the third trimester, it's when I started experiencing some challenges. But before I say mine, let's hear from Jaylene experience.
Okay. So for me, I think unajua wanasemanga sijui boli na kuweka kwa kitu. Like as in when you're pregnant, as in all pregnancies, I think they're just very different, because I hear people saying my pregnancy ilikataa kazi. Like when some people get pregnant, they just don't want to do anything, like including just wash, even bathing. Yeah, so like for me, mine ilinieka kwa kazi. Mine ilinieka kwa kazi. So I used to chapa the jobs, my friends. I used to work. So I could wake up. I remember by that time where I work in our department, unfortunately, I don't know whether fortunately or fortunately, it's a department of ladies.
Wow.
We only had one gentleman in a department of 8 people. So 3 of the ladies, we were pregnant. Actually 4 of us. 4 of us were pregnant. So there's some ladies who had already gone for maternity when I was 4 months pregnant. So what happened is that we had that gap in the department, and so we had the remaining people had to like work extra hours
to cover up
for the rest.
Yeah.
So ningeenda job by 6. You can imagine, by 6 I'm pregnant, and by 6 niko job. That's up a job. I don't even go for lunch because I didn't have appetite sana. So I will work even up to 8 at night. So like I chapad the works kabisa. Yeah, and it was okay. It was smooth for me. I was running my businesses and juggling in between business and my career and my family, and it was awesome.
Okay, could you kindly tell us, when did you start experiencing, maybe now it's becoming off or it's becoming challenging? From 7 months onward?
Yeah, from 7 months onward. First of all, I went for my first clinic at 6 months. Yes. So at 6 months, that's when I went for my first clinic. Though I was already taking the folic. Yeah, I used to take folic. I used to take folic. In fact, I started taking folic 3 months too.
Okay, for the viewers, folic are these supplements that pregnant women take, or you can take if your blood level are low, to boost the blood levels.
Oh yes. Yeah, so I started taking folic 3 months to the time when we were now getting ready for the pregnancy.
Oh wow.
Yes, because it was a planned pregnancy, and then all through I used to take folic, so I didn't see any need of starting my clinics, because there was nothing that was looking off. Yeah. So what happened is that now at 7 months, there's one day I went to work. It was very early in the morning and everything was okay. So I worked. It was at 6 a.m. I went to work. I worked up to 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m. when I went back home, I just felt like urine was coming out, like nilisikia ni kama nilikuwa najikojolea yani. So I wondered, as in, hii mkojo ya leo, kwani what's happening, what's wrong with my bladder? And it was not stopping. It was just continuous, and it was too much.
And what was the color of the?
It was creamish. Yes, creamish, and no sign of blood. It was just some liquid, some creamish liquid. It wasn't so clear. So my worry was that it was not stopping. So I just started, my husband was not in the house. Yeah, so I just started screaming. I called him, and I immediately took a cab before he could arrive, because he was coming from Yeah, and it's a distance.
Okay,
So I just took a cab and
Mhm.
immediately I rushed to the hospital. So when I went to the hospital, I went direct to the emergency room. So those people came and they were like, emergency ni ya nani? Emergency, mtu wa emergency ameshakimbia, ameshajipeleka kwa ward. And then I went direct to the emergency room. Mi mwenyewe nilishuka kwa cab, nikaingia emergency room, immediately nikaenda direct mpaka kwa kitanda. And I was screaming, I was extremely terrified, I was worried.
And at this time or at this point, were you in pain?
I was not in pain, totally. There was zero pain, zero pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, what I'm getting from Joylene's story or experience is when you are pregnant or when you are pregnant, when you experience or you see something is off, please don't stay in the house or wherever you are. Rush to the hospital so that you can seek medical attention. Yes. I thought you can tell us the experience of the trimester. Yeah. From the third trimester.
From the third trimester.
Yeah.
Oh, my first challenge was hiyo mwili kutojisikia kabisa because my stomach was stretching and stretching and stretching. So I had never gone for scan, by the way, because when I was shopping, when I realized I was pregnant, I started going for my clinic at 1 month.
Oh.
So when my pregnancy was 4 months, I went to shop for my baby clothes. I shopped for only one baby, one kid, everything. But I was wondering, akitumbo, hata kama nitoka kustretch, mbona nasikia kika hapa na at the same time nasikia kuna kakitu na nini. Azi nilikuwa nashangaa kama jumi ni mrefu, my kid is also tall, unaona? Amekava tumbo mzima. Azi nilikuwa nashangaa juu nasikia kitu inanishika hapa na at the same time inanishika huku, unaona? So nilikuwa nashangaa surely. So when I was 7 months, I decided to go for my first scan. So I went with my sister-in-law. I just had my sister-in-law shouting, "Guy, daktari, mbona naona vichwa mbili?" And I was like, we wacha mchezo. Hapa, we are not joking, by the way. Then the doctor told me, "Mwenye msichana, kuna watoto wawili." I was
How
so
was
shocked.
it for you? How was
I
it?
was shocked. I was really shocked.
I think she was affected.
Yeah, in a way. Like she wasn't ready for.
She wasn't ready for multiple.
For multiple kids at the same time. Yeah.
But who knows? Ya Mungu ni mengi, ya kuku ni mayai.
As they say, mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. Did they come with multiple plates?
No. Hiyo tu ni misconception.
Okay, tell us.
So after that scan, I also asked that doctor, what are the genders? He only told me you can see for one kid. Mmoja ni msichana, basi huyu mkubwa amelalia huyu mwingine vibaya, so haiziona. Nikamwambia daktari, ni sawa kama ni msichana, hata mimi nilikuwa nataka nizae msichana, unaona? Sasa juu mmoja ni msichana hata akiwa kijana ni sawa. Sikuwa nataka tu niambiwe ati ni vijana wote, unaona? That scan I just went home, slept the whole day and started saving for pesa kidogo to go back and start shopping now for
the
kids.
other
Yes.
baby.
For two kids.
Yeah.
But thank God I'm here now. Because during my delivery period, sikuwa na shida yoyote. I didn't labor, but nilikuwa nafunguka. Nilikuwa nafunguka but sisikii uchungu. Ile uchungu ya cramps, but nikienda kupimwa njia inafunguka. So the doctors advised me it's not good that unafunguka and you are not laboring. Si poa. You are supposed to labor. Kama unafunguka unafaa kusikia uchungu, unaona? But mimi sikuwa nasikia uchungu yote. Nilifika 6 cm, hakuna uchungu. Najifunika tu blanketi kwa kitanda. Women in that labor they were screaming like, "Hey Jehovah, but mimi sikuwa sikuwa nasikia uchungu, unaona? So nikaambiwa, sister, isipo waweda tu ni yes.
So
Sister nikaenda. Okay, but I've ever heard, I don't know if this is true, maybe we can research about it. I've ever heard someone saying there is something called still labor or painless labor. Like you are in labor but you can't feel the pain. Okay, sijui, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical profession, but but maybe we can research about it, or from the comment section, if you ever experienced something called still labor or painless labor, whereby you are in labor but you're not feeling any pain, you can tell us and let us know. So on my experience, okay, what I didn't know, or what I wasn't expecting, that labor or the labor process is very painful. For my first child, it was very, very painful and traumatic. It really traumatized me for such a long time after that. I labored for like 48, close to 72 hours. 48 to 72 hours. And painful contractions that were coming in. It was very traumatic until I started wondering, guy, kwani hivi ndo inafaa ikuwe? I didn't know it's supposed to be this painful. Yeah, but the baby came and we were all good. But with the second baby, as I had said earlier, I have 2 kids. With the second baby, the during the labor period, it wasn't much. Yeah, even I didn't labor, let me say that. But the secret is, I'll give you the secret. When I compare the 2 pregnancies, with the first pregnancy, it made me to be lazy. The way Jolene said, there are pregnancies that make you to become
very lazy, yeah.
You don't want to get out of bed
Yeah,
or from
true.
the house. That was the first pregnancy. But with the second pregnancy, I was very active, very from the start till the end of the journey. So that one made me to, I think, to be flexible, or I don't know, but it helped. They say that when you are active and when you are physically active, but don't strain, but when you are
true.
physically active, you make some walks, you go to the gym, it will help you, it will ease in your labor process. So that really helped so much. So if you are pregnant, please, you can take some walk if you can. But if you've been put on bed rest by your doctor, please obey your doctor's instruction. But if you can and you are in a position, you can take some walk, evening walks or morning walks. You can go to the gym, do this light physical exercise. It will really ease in your labor process.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
But I think it depends. Honestly,
depends.
I wouldn't say that make
the
sure you're
secret.
active or okay. It depends. Like we are different. The pregnancies are different. The labor process is different, because I have friends and colleagues who have been in that journey, and some of them have been very active during the process, but they still go through CS. Like I have one who labored for 72 hours, and after laboring for 72 hours, she was still taken to the theater. But I have another one who was very active, and guess what? She was at work, and then on her way to back home, she felt some light pain, like something like cramping. Then she passed through Mata Hospital. So from my workplace, and she lives in South B. So she passed through Mata Hospital. In fact, she was on foot, and she said, why not just go through Mata Hospital for me to see why I'm having some cramps. And when she went to Mata, she was told, my friend, she stay 6 centimeters already kwa kitanda, pap, and within 30 minutes she had the baby already. She had delivered. So it depends. Like for me, now at 7 months, when I went to the hospital, I was told, hey, my dear, you had already dilated 2 centimeters.
At 7 months?
At 7 months. We were actually 30 weeks. Yes, we were 30 weeks. And exactly 30 weeks, I had dilated 7 centimeters. But now my doctor said, 2 centimeters, sorry, not 7, 2 centimeters. So my doctor said, because it was, he will try to manage the dilation to see whether it can like stop dilating, because it was very early, honestly. So my doc said it's 50-50. Sometimes it works, to some people it works, to some it doesn't. The dilation doesn't stop. So he said they hurriedly put me on admission, and they said they'll try to manage the dilation. If it stops, it's okay. They will know how to manage the baby so that you can move a little bit to 32 weeks, 33, 34. But if it will not stop, then I have to be induced so that I go through the labor process and deliver my baby. So it was a very tough time for me. and my husband who joined me later on. It was a very tough time for us because we didn't know what was happening, but now the doctor said it happened because of straining. Yes.
So it means at some point you strain.
I strained because as I said nilikuwa nafanya job sana, but I think now the worst part of it is that I used to sit for long hours. Nikienda job, I only wake up when I'm going to the washroom, and it's not often because I never used to take a lot of water. So I used to sit for very long hours. So the sitting made me to strain a lot, and that was the cause. Yes, that was the cause of the early labor. But now the good news is the dilation was managed and it stopped. And after it stopped, I was in the hospital for around 3 weeks, on total bed rest for around 3 weeks. And then after the 3rd week, I begged the doctor to at least discharge me, because now for 2 weeks, for the first 2 weeks, I was on bed rest and also taking some injections because the doctor said I had lost a lot of amniotic fluid. So the baby will come anytime, basically anytime, because my amniotic fluid the level was so low. So I was expecting the baby anytime, but by that time I was getting injections za kusaidia lungs na kidney na heart ya mtoi immature as in faster than the normal rate. And my friends, hey, sijawahi dungwa shindano chungu kama.
What was going through your mind at this time that you were put on bed rest for 2 weeks?
I was extremely emotionally unstable. I was emotionally unstable, and I was frustrated, and somehow I was depressed. Yes, I felt depressed and stressed because I didn't know, and hopeless. Because apart from now the amniotic fluid levels going so low, my baby's heart rate was fluctuating. Yeah, ikipimwa sahi iko chini sana, ikipimwa the next minute iko juu sana, ikipimwa the next minute iko sawa. So it was a very trying moment for me. And for my husband. But I think those injections, they really helped. They are very painful, by the way. It's extremely painful.
Okay, Jaylin, okay, do you think that you knowing earlier that such thing can happen, would it have any impact or any positive change in your mental health? Like wewe kujua, like this is okay, it's a bit off, but some women go through it. Since ati ni mimi peke yangu, would it have had some positive impact in your mental health?
It would have had, because you see, one thing that I didn't know when I got pregnant is that I didn't know that going through listening to other people's stories will really help me. I didn't know. So I never used to interact with people, both like one-on-one or even through maybe going through YouTube. Unajua unasikianga mtu akiwa na ball, mtu anakuambia mimi nashinda YouTube, naangalia videos na Google, but okay, I never used to do that. Like I never found myself going on YouTube or kwenda Google looking for those things. Unaona, like me ilikuwa tu ni job. I never thought about listening to even other
getting
people's
information
stories and getting the right information. Yes. So when it happened, ilinipata off guard kabisa.
Like ukashanga sasa hii ni nini?
Exactly. Like we didn't even know such thing can happen and the baby survives. You see, but the injections really helped, because now after the 2 weeks of injections, the 3rd week we requested the doctor to just release us, discharge us, and he discharged us. But now, fast forward, after 1 week at home, though still on bed rest, after 1 week at home, I had friends of mine who decided, kama mbaya baby shower lazima ifanywe. So my cousins, family and few friends, they decided to surprise me. Though my husband had explained to them my situation, so my husband had like strictly told them to only take 1 hour, strictly 1 hour
for the event.
Yes, and not to like yani wasinishtue sana because I was very delicate at that moment.
Ama pia you are not supposed to strain.
Exactly. Yeah, so they did exactly that. And immediately after the shower, first of all, before the shower, they were doing some makeup on me, and I fainted like 2 times. Literally, I fainted 2 times, but I was fainting, but there was no pain. So I just thought maybe niyo tu yani. I was just in that, I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. So I didn't sikushtuka sana because there was no pain, there was nothing. So I fainted 2 times, but I said, okay, it's okay, let's just finish the shower, and then now we can go to the hospital. So immediately after the shower, we decided to go to the hospital for checkup.
Okay, viewers, from Jalen's experience, what I'm personally getting is while you are pregnant or when you are pregnant, you should also try to seek information or get information, the right information, either from your doctors, from those who have been there before you,
true.
From your friends who have been there before you, from your mothers, from your aunties. This information will help you ease like hautakuwa na pressure like what's happening, nini. Ukikuwa na hizi information utajua, oh, if this and this happens, if I see such and such a thing, I should rush to the hospital, I should not delay.
Yes.
Okay. Hatoti, do you have something to say before we wrap the video?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not so sure. But what I know, if you're going to give birth, twins, triplets, or whatever, multiples. Twins always come si rahisi sana wakuje na hiyo weight kubwa. You get? Twins are born with maybe 2.5 kg, 2 kg. I don't think that thing is shauku because with me, when I was giving birth to my kids, one was 3.2 and the other one was 2.9.
Wow.
We were so lucky.
Wow, yeah.
We were lucky because we were not atukupelekwa kwa incubator.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, and by the way, so when we went for, after the shower, when we decided to go for checkup, the doctor said the baby is here already. Like I had dilated 6 centimeters already, but now the baby's head was still here. Because now by then we were 34 weeks. In fact, exactly 34 weeks. So kichwa mtoto bado ilikuwa huku, he had not turned completely. So the doctor said, yes, you have dilated. And there was no pain. But now the baby has not turned. And then he said, because it's a preterm baby, okay, it's a preterm baby, we can't start like forcing. Because kuna kwanga na hiyo option ya I'm told. There's that option of kumtanisha. But now we see the baby was a preterm baby, which means he was very delicate. And then again, I didn't have enough amniotic fluid. So akasema, he can't even try, he can't advise. So yeah, we just went to the theater directly. I just told him, give me some few hours to digest, to make sure my mind is right, and then we can go to the theater. So yeah, we went to the theater and we got a baby. And guys, let me tell you, God works in a miraculous way. We got a preterm baby at 34 weeks, but our baby was 2.7 kgs, and our baby didn't even go to the incubator. So usisikize watu sijui mtoto before afike sijui 38, sijui akizaliwa sijui afanye nini. No. My baby was, it was at 30 exactly 34 weeks, and the baby was 2.7. Hakuenda kwa theater, kwa incubator completely. And we thank God our baby is very healthy. Tomorrow he will be turning 6 months old.
Wow,
And we have never stepped in the hospital again. He has never had any health issues anytime.
And he's, as I can see him, he's hitting the milestone really well. Yeah. Okay, to add something before I forget, the point of they had to rush her to theater. You see, some women from the story that I've heard, when maybe they put in their mind that maybe I want to give birth through vaginal process, not normally. There is no giving birth yenye ni abnormal. Hakuna abnormal. Hakuna ati huyu ameza abnormal. So it's not called normal birth, normal giving birth. It's vaginal.
Oh, vaginal.
So when maybe you had put in mind that I want to give birth through the vaginal way, then your doctor tells you it cannot happen. Listen to your doctor.
Yes.
Because when you start insisting, and the doctor ndo anajua ameassess the danger, anaona haiwezekani. Ukikuwa kichwa ngumu unaweza jipata kwa shida.
Na wengine wanakuacha tu.
Na wengine wanakuacha wanasema if that's what you want, me I'm not going to attend to you, you can look for another hospital. You go, they help you from there. So when you are, hata kama umepanga aje, they say that the plans of a man ni tofauti na za Mungu. Pengine wewe kama mwanamke ulikuwa umepanga hii mimba nataka nizae the vaginal way, lakini maybe there are complications that you cannot detect. Like you could not know that baby hajatana. You see? Lakini ulikuwa unataka uzae vaginal way. So unge insist waambie daktari hapana, me I'm not going to the theater. You see, ingekuweka maisha yako in danger. So when you are pregnant, please listen to your caregivers, your doctors, they are called what? Gynecologists. Listen to them, because they know, they'll assess you and know and assess the danger. So another thing that I want us to talk, but in very shortly. Okay, when do you know that you are ready to be pregnant? I know, disclaimer again, I know being pregnant, you cannot plan it. Even Jaylin said that they had planned. But there are so many people who are trying, they are planning. But
true.
So being pregnant,
it's good.
Si ati ni kuplan, you can plan it the best way you can, but kama si time yako, si time yako. So ni mambo tu ya God. Being pregnant ni mambo tu ya God na miracles yeye hufanya. So like, okay, when do you know that, okay, I think I want to get pregnant now? What's the right time? What's the right time?
The right time.
What's the right time according to you? What's the right time?
According to me, I don't even know what to say. Because with me, when I got pregnant, I don't know, it wasn't the right time. It was a backfired issue.
Family planning method backfired, okay?
It backfired with me. I wasn't ready to get pregnant, but now that the family planning had backfired and abortion wasn't my option, I decided to keep my pregnancy. But the correct time to get pregnant is when you are ready. Mentally, emotionally, all those things. You can't just get a baby because, oh, my friend is pregnant, she's doing well. Do not do that. And also, girl, get pregnant when you have your money. When you have that when you have that money, do not depend on someone that, for example, you say, oh, let me get pregnant because my boyfriend has money, my husband has money. Do not do that. Get pregnant when you know.
Them. Talk to the teenagers. Talk to the teenagers.
Get pregnant when you know you can cater for this baby. Just in case something happens, know how you can handle the situation. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay, and you, Jelly, what's the right time? Or what do you think is the right time for someone to get pregnant?
When you're mentally decided, and when you're emotionally prepared. That's all. Mentally decided and emotionally prepared. Those two. Like when you feel like your mind is right. Your mind is right. That is the best time.
That's the best time.
Okay,
what I'll just add from, I can't go besides what they have said because it's true. When you are emotionally ready, it's many teenagers, I'm talking to teenagers now, many teenagers get pregnant. They call unwanted pregnancies. They sleep around with men. Then I don't know what they expect in return, but they get pregnant after sleeping around with men. Then this becomes a burden to them. You start becoming so stressed, so depressed. So young teenagers, please, I don't know what to say. Is it abstain?
Just abstain.
Of course, they can't abstain. But
they cannot
abstain. Chill.
It's hard, but it's the best way.
That is the best way. Abstain.
With this generation, they can't abstain, my friend.
They can abstain.
They can. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
When you put it in a scale of 100%, maybe 20% will abstain.
So we should leave a caveat. We should leave a caveat for the 10%. But
so for the 10% who cannot abstain,
what can you tell them?
Use protection.
Yes.
Use protection.
Because you can be avoiding pregnancy with the family planning
Yes,
method,
yes.
but you cannot avoid the
This is,
HIV, the sexually
transmitted
disease.
Yes.
So please, if you can, abstain or use protection.
Yes.
So to wrap up, there is someone I had posted that people should tell me the things that they wish they knew before they getting pregnancy or pregnant. Someone told me that we should talk about, she didn't know something called preeclampsia.
What is preeclampsia?
Preeclampsia is ni blood pressure.
Oh.
Pre time uko na ball.
Oh.
Alafu kuna yenye inaitwa postclampsia.
I remember.
Postclampsia. Challenges that my friends send me that they faced when they are pregnant and they didn't know or they didn't even heard of those terms or those challenges before. One of them is preeclampsia. Do you know what is it, Atoti? Preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia.
Is one of the challenge.
That pressure. Because if you what I remember, throughout my pregnancy, I never used to have that problem of pressure. But the day I was admitted to go and give birth, that night, because I was admitted at 4 p.m. Then during the night, the doctors told me that I can't go through vaginal birth because of pressure. Hiyo tu ndio time yenyewe miguu zilianza kufura from nowhere. Pressure yangu ilikuwa juu mpaka nikaanza kupewa madawa. Nilipewa madawa by the way nikiwa hosi. Hiyo time ya give birth. I was given like 4 times in a night. Basi walikuwa wananipea hiyo dawa, pressure haireduce, unaona iko tu hapo miguu zimefura kama elephant. So the next day my pressure was still high, but wakasema they'll just try to monitor it with those drugs. So wakaimonitor kiasi kufika kitu 1 p.m. So the next 1 p.m. next day I was taken to theater, then I was operated, nikafanywa CS, lakini sasa after CS sikuwa na damu, nikabidi niongezwe damu. After damu pressure ikazidi, ikabidi sasa nilikaa 2 days hosi, but after nilitolewa hosi nikapewa madawa za pressure for 1 month. Nikunywe tu for 1 full month. Nikiskip inaletea shida. But all through my pregnancy sikuwa na ile shida ya pressure.
Okay, maybe you just tell us what do you think, what did the doctor tell you that maybe might have caused the low blood or not blood pressure, the low blood level? Did the doctor tell you?
No, they didn't tell me, but for pressure they told me it's because of the twin pregnancy, because I was a first time mom. So they told me most of multiple moms will normally experience that that pressure thing.
Okay.
But for blood, I think it's because I never used to take those folic acid frequently.
supplements.
The supplements.
I used to skip.
They're very important.
I used to skip. I could even take one and skip for like 3 days. Then I take.
Okay, maybe just to add something from what she said, if you feel something is off, not even if you feel, those zinaitwanga hizo clinic, pre-clinic, zinaitwanga hizo prenatal. It's very important when you're pregnant you go for the prenatal clinics, because you will not know, it's very hard. That's why pressure is called, it's normally called silent killer. You see, sasa wewe ukikaa tu nyumbani bila kwenda kuona daktari or going for the check-up, you will not realize that pressure yako imeshoot. But when you go for the prenatal clinic, they normally check your pressure, they normally check your weight, they normally check if the baby is okay. So those prenatal clinics are very important.
But one thing I don't understand is I used to go for those clinics because I started my clinic at 1 month. I used to go for those clinics each and every month. But now what I don't understand, because when you go for your clinics, they normally check your stomach. They press. But how did these doctors do? They didn't know that I was carrying 2 people in my stomach.
Okay, did they ever do scans?
No, I didn't do any scan until I was 7 months. But
The heartbeats.
yes,
They would have realized the
I have
heartbeat.
2 heartbeats. But even they will have realized, itumbo, kwani mbona kuote kume, kuko tu hard kumejaa.
Which hospital? Okay, don't say the hospital. But I think
Yes,
It's a
it's
bit
strange.
I think it's
Yeah.
it also
strange.
depends with the hospital, to be honest. It also depends with the
It
hospital.
was a private.
Oh, that was saying, but maybe at this time what we can say is we thank God we are here. We are
Yeah.
making this, we are talking about this conversation. So Jalen, do you have something to say?
What
On
else?
preeclampsia, did you experience the high blood pressure
No,
thing?
no. I didn't experience completely. I didn't have any problem with the pressure.
Okay, maybe with
Only
trauma
that I had anxiety disorder
after
before.
or before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't know that there's a disease called anxiety disorder. I didn't know. Like people take it lightly, but I think it's one of the things that can really kill someone
Yeah.
easily. Yeah.
And-
So in
and,
fact, after that, I was told to visit a doctor and seek for attention because it's very bad. Because now my anxiety disorder used to affect my baby's heart rate. Yeah, because of the anxiety disorder, that is what was causing the fluctuating heart rate of my baby.
Okay, maybe okay, something that is very, very okay, a conversation that is not talked about so much, or something that is under diagnosed in most cases, not even pregnant women alone, is mental health issues.
Yeah.
It's very underdiagnosed. Kabisa, it's not talked about. It's a conversation people avoid
given the
because
attention
because of a lot of stigma that is attached to it. But what I can say about that is when you feel, I'm not a doctor, I'm just talking from maybe experience that I've gathered online. Yeah. When you feel something is off, maybe through your thought process imeanza kuchange, vitu unafikiria si clear.
Yeah.
Maybe you can seek medical attention.
Or counseling.
Yeah, counseling with the right people.
Yeah.
Hata kama time ya kuzaa ukianza kufeel umechange. You see, they say, most people say that when you, okay, it's a narrative that is said, even me usema like, hey, ukizaa, hey, you become happy, nini. But you see, it's not everyone who becomes happy.
True. There are people who become very frustrated.
Very frustrated, they become sad. This baby hawapati hiyo joy.
Yeah.
Si ndio? So hawa watu tutaweka wapi? Because
So I think
majority of us sisi tunasema you become happy, the baby brings joy, then tunafunikia hawa wenye wako sad, so wanakuwa lost.
I
Na
think
sasa nini?
the sadness,
I'm not happy.
I think the sadness comes in if you are not prepared emotionally and mentally. Yeah. So if definitely if you're not emotionally and mentally prepared during the whole process, then that means you will be affected all through and even after.
Okay. Maybe to add something, me I'll say it might be your process yenye ulipitia ni traumatic. Maybe laboring. Maybe it's really traumatized you, the pain, the what. So inakufanya mpaka hata una give birth bado hauja heal from the trauma. So it makes you still be sad. So when you feel kwa situation yenye inafaa ukue happy uko sad, please seek medical attention because we have something called postpartum depression.
Yeah, true.
It hits women immediately after giving birth. I think it's the first 2 months.
The first 2 months,
Honestly,
2
months.
the first 2 months you will definitely be hit with that
Yeah.
if you're not careful.
Yeah. So ukiona ni kama imekuwa too much, please seek for support, emotional support. You can call your family, your friends to come and give you the moral support. It's very important. Your moral support yenye tuseme unajua the first month mtoto hawalali. Si ndio hiyo kusumbua. So you can tell them the baby didn't sleep at night. You can sit with them as enough kidogo. Yani, please be easy on yourself.
Exactly.
Speak out.
In fact, don't wait to be affected for you to start doing those things.
Seek for help where possible. Just seek for help. Unajua, okay, I don't want to say the word that you wanted to say, but most women wanataka kujifanyia kila kitu ndo waitwe strong women.
Yeah.
Sijui nini mothers, nini. No, there is nothing like a strong woman. You can be weak and still be the best mother. So seek for help. People
And you
to
can
come.
be strong, but the weakest
The
inside.
weakest inside. Then another thing, as we are here on vacation,
Yeah.
you see, we tumetoka from mothering and nini
You
tukuje
can
tu
imagine.
we have time for yourself, because most of the time women after giving birth they forget themselves.
Yes.
Ni sasa tu about family babies. Sisi unajisahau peke kabisa, mpaka unasahau kulikuwa na mtu, a girl called Joylene.
Exactly.
Not Mama Story.
Yeah.
There is a girl called Joylene who you need to take care of besides Mama Fulani.
Exactly.
So take care of yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Fill yourself first,
Then you
share. Pour, then you share. Okay, I think that has been it for today. Or do you have something to say?
No. Just take good care of your mental health before, during, and even after.
And maybe to add something, maybe this one will bring a lot of controversy. Hiyo party umesema ya vacation, I understand totally that kuna watu hawawezi afford. It's the little things. It's not a must to come to Mombasa or to go Dubai or where. The little things ya kuteka break, hata ya kwenda tu kustroll, kuteka walk. It's not a must ikwe vacation. The little things ya kukuwa tu kwa space yako, ukwe na clarity of mind. Sorry for the background noise, guys. I think that has been it for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And by the way, a shout out to the camera lady. She's our friend. She's called Sagide, Sagide the Subaris. Yeah, she's been the one taking us the video. Thank you for the good job. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
On today's video,